yourself?
Yeah, my name is Bob Greeno. I served here in the latter part of the Korean War. We got there in 1953, and we got there for last two major battles that took place. Now, the helicopter at this time, when we had the largest helicopter in the Army's inventory, and so it was a series of tests that they set up. And we had the Operation Little Switch, the Operation Big Switch, and the Little Switch was when the Chinese first released it, and they had the first group of 600 of the POWs, and they flew them directly from Panmunjom. And then later on that I was involved in was during Operation Big Switch, and we carried out some, it's a guess today, about 6,000 POWs of mixed from civilian and Korean U.S. troops. And as such, we would free them from the heliports there, and they were brought into, which is just down below the heliport, is where they were brought back by ambulance to the Freedom Village, I believe, I think they called it. And they were processed, and I'm not sure what all they did to them, but they ultimately were checked over for physical conditions and so forth. And then returned from there, we flew them back to Seoul, to the different respective hospitals. And this was a Korean hospital, and the hospital ship, and so forth. The helicopter we used was the Sikorsky H-19, and our last major battle was we were mustered up at Naval 50. That's been just east of where you were located, as near as I can tell. And we had General Taylor and Sigmund Rhee and so forth were brought in. And then we were flown off of the Naval 50, which unfortunately had the wrong film at the time. And so they told us at the time we were flying out in 1,000 troops. And later on I have read where it was 650 we flew in. So this is Hill 1065 right here. That I'm talking
Is
about.
that 1065?
Yeah, that's 1065 there. And this was all the Chinese territory behind
We couldn't hit the top of 1065.
Yeah,
it was too high.
The one you're talking about is this was kind of a hump.
Yeah.
Over here would produced another peak, and that would have been the peak you're talking about, because they'd have been all of those peaks had numbers to them. So
We got our motors